Good morning, fine people. Today I would like to talk to you about my Integrity neck pickup. This is a pickup designed around the early Gibson PAFs. Every manufacturer makes a PAF type pickup, and as you may notice, they're all slightly different. The reason being PAFs were not consistent. So there isn't an exact PAF pickup. They were just making pickups, good ones though. Now, I repaired guitars for 25 years, and in that time I saw quite a lot of PAFs, and I would always measure them and analyze them and really try and figure out why they were so good. So I've taken that information and put that into my Integrity set. Now, the neck pickup, I use an Alnico II rough cast magnet, which is what the early ones would have had. An Alnico II gives you a very balanced output. It's not a top and bottom thing. Like an Alnico 5 has more power and a bitier top and a pushier bottom and less in the mids. Alnico II, which these have, is a very even balance. I get my magnets made for me to my specifications. Now, the windings are asymmetrical, so there's slightly different coils inside the same pickup, and that opens up clarity in the mid-range. They're wound with plain enamel wire, as the old Gibsons were. Now, there are lots of little details with an old PAF pickup that actually don't really matter. Certain little shims and things in there that are made of certain materials, and it doesn't really matter, and I don't really adhere to that. I don't make them exactly vintage correct. I make the important stuff right. Oh, I forgot to mention the base plates. The base plates are nickel silver, so I don't use brass base plates on these. Again, that's what they were using then. Now, because of the variance within the whole PAF pickups, I actually make 4 different versions of my PAF, of my Integrity. Now, I thought about naming them, giving them 4 different names and calling them 4 completely separate things, but I figured that would just be confusing. So I've just got, under my umbrella of Integrity, there are 4 pickups. So there is the standard wind, which for the neck pickup is, for me, the more standard, if standard could be used as a word for these, the more standard neck pickup PAF that I came across. Having said neck pickup PAF, the neck and the bridge were the same. So you might often get a more powerful neck and a bridge, and it's just how they were. Now, so I do the standard wind. I also do an underwound by 5%. An underwinding reduces a bit of the bottom end and adds a little bit of high end. So if you want a very clean, clear sounding humbucker, neck humbucker, then the -5%. Then there's +5%, which adds a little bit more bottom. So if you think of that, the more windings you put on, the more you shift the EQ towards the bass side. So you're taking a little bit of high off and adding it and shifting it towards the bottom. So there's a +5%, obviously a little bit more power and a little bit more bottom. And then it's a +10%. You can figure that one out yourself. So yeah, so I did that I feel that's a simpler way of explaining these pickups on a website rather than giving them 4 separate names. There you go. You can agree with me, or you can not agree with me. That's up to you. All my Integrities come with 4 conductor wire, So you've got coil tapping options and all that. I see no reason for them not to. I know the braided wire is vintage correct, and I will do that if you ask me to. I will put braided wire on, but there is no actual advantage in braided wire. Full conductor wire, why not? Okay, now the contentious subject of potting. I do pot these pickups. I'll do them unpotted if you ask me, but I pot them, and I only pot them very, very slightly. So there are degrees of potting. So you can leave them in the wax for a long time and really penetrate the coil and guarantee you're not going to get microphonic feedback. Or with these ones, I do them for a very short period of time. And what I've done is I've experimented, I've potted them, and then I've cut the coil open later, and you can see the penetration of the wax. So I only do it for the outer few windings, which will still give you some sense of microphonics, but without that danger of feedback. The covered ones as well, I will give them a very brief potting in the cover too. Again, same reasons. If you've ever done a gig with a microphonic pickup, you don't want to go back there, because what microphonic feedback is, it is not like that lovely controllable body feedback that you can really have fun with. It's just howls at you. It is like a microphone feeding back, and you can't play. Well, in fact, you can't stop playing because it will scream at you. So I am prepared to send them out unpotted. You have to ask me for it. I'm not so keen on it myself. I like just a little bit of potting. With my more rock pickups, I thoroughly pot them because they assume they will be in a different environment. Anyway, so that is my Integrity neck humbucker. There'll be another video about the Integrity bridge humbucker. Thank you very much.